My name is Yomi Fabiyi. I'm an actor, producer, director, all encompassing a filmmaker, and also a human rights vanguard, a human rights ambassador. Yeah, first and foremost, it's quite an unfortunate situation that in 2021, um, little is being done to protect the girl child, even the boy child. And that is why I have been clamoring, speaking at the top of my voice all the time that we need to enhance and improve our justice system as well as policing structures such that children in this country, in this society, will have trust in the police. I wasn't raised to even call police. I wasn't even taught in school that there is any number I can call for emergency. Let alone, I am not even taught to trust and believe the decision or precision, whatever, of a police. And as we've seen everywhere, we travel, we see social media is connected everybody. And it's so sad that at this time, at this juncture, a young child, a minor, is actually being portrayed as a victim. It's sad. I really wish in my heart of hearts that every child are well protected. And when I had the allegation against one of my senior colleagues, a comedian, I felt bad. I was beginning to have pictures in my head that this kind of a trauma and stuff like that. Then I don't even know who the mother is, but the onus is on me as an adult and a member of the voting public to see that every child that cannot speak for themselves or fight for themselves gets that kind of respite, that kind of confidence from somebody like me. So I'm like, let me follow through. The fact that there is an evidence, we understand there is a CCTV. I'm like, there is no way I can see that. And I need to be sure that at the end of the day, the right judgment is being passed. So I was waiting patiently. And of course, everybody knows that I have an NGO on human rights, Break the Silence Foundation. And that was what led to the bantering, because I've got some followers on social media, and they were like, you are now quiet, you are an hypocrite. You break your silence on key issues. Why this? But they were unable to juxtapose that at any time you see me speak up, I must have been sure that I balance the story so that I will not by any way hurt anybody with my information or accusation, because I am not the one prosecuting. So I take my time. If I cannot go there, I allow the due process of the law to take its course before I comment. Or if there is an overwhelming evidence, then I can take a position and ensure that the victim gets justice. But in this case, I choose to keep quiet, and suddenly, when I ask and advise that, please, don't quote me wrong, don't think I am silent, don't think I am an hypocrite, I would never do that. I am just taking my time, let the due process go through, because the only time you can actually say is that I am an hypocrite is if the video is leaked online or is released. The video in question, now, or the suspect confessed to the crime, or there was a trial and the suspect is found guilty. That will give me an ample opportunity to actually give a definitive reaction that will show that rape is not acceptable in our society, and that I am standing by the government. But unfortunately, my comment was twisted. They exonerated where I said video. And in my statement that I first released, I ensured that I actually put into cognizance the minor rather. I was particular about our safety, our mental status, and I'm like, we should rally around her. And then I commended the police that I am trusting them, that they will do justice and ensure that the real culprits are going to be, brought to book. And my concerns and my prayers are with all concern. That was just it. But unfortunately, we live in a world in a perilous time. We live in a changing world. People will look at you. The comments came out, people reacted positively, no negative comments. And then, from the blues, one of my colleagues went up She didn't even take her birth. She didn't even consult or speak with me that I don't understand where you're coming from in this particular statement. Exonerated and said, you cannot, don't ever ask for the video because of so. I look at it, I said, this is not right. You have just a phone call away to me. Ask me, are you asking for the video or you want to see it or what are you trying to say? Then I'm not even asking. I am interested, but there's no way I want to see it. The only way I would have seen it is if by chance it was leaked online or the man was caught having it with a minor in a place whereby somebody recorded it. If the person does not have anybody to show the video to, the next place to get justice for the guy is to put it online without even taking into cognizance, protecting the identity of the young person. I know as a human rights activist that children in that instance must be protected. Even if media houses want to now, by error, or want to leak it online, they will not, like, we get this footage, they will censor the voice, they will cover the face of the minor if they see the need to show it, and they will advise, it's the law, that the footage you're about to see can be very disturbing. But when people begin to criminalize the fact that I am saying, if I had seen the video and I choose not to talk, or if the suspect had confessed and I choose not to talk, or if there was a trial and the suspect was found guilty and I choose not to talk, that is when you can say, oh, you are aiding and abetting, or you are being hypocritical. That can't even qualify for aiding and abetting. You can only say I am being hypocritical by not condemning my colleague. But I cannot judge a case that is still at the early stage. I am not a judge. And if social media is a court of law, of course, people must see what they want to condemn. If the kind of society we are raising is people think it's social media, and you are not raised, your background does not tell you that it is democracy. You are not guilty until proven guilty by the court of competent law. If we don't raise every child, every youth, every student that way, we are having a dilemma. I don't care the kind of education, the kind of exposure you have. You are not civilized. Your mental balance is not stable. Because if we begin to assume every suspect is a criminal, anybody is a potential suspect. As a matter of fact, because nobody has got the total power to say I can be so correct, when a judge ruled, irrespective of the years of experience, they made provision for appeal. Because they know even judges can make mistakes. How much more me? But it is not coming from outsiders because the fans were not complaining. The fans didn't even read meaning to my comments. It is one of us that read meaning. And the person that read meaning did not consult me. You might have advantage over me today. I can say it boldly. Nobody is God. And nobody can play God in my life. My conscience is my policeman. I have a record. I stand by what is right. I am not a perfect human being. But before you can nail me down on a particular, I have worked in government offices. I have never stayed to ask for bribe or ask for anything other than my salary and my interest. In the movie industry, I have never, for once, shared unnecessary funds with anybody. I have never sat to collect contracts in any government office in my life. I believe in hard work. I believe in a society whereby there is dignity and respect, and the dignity and the respect of every individual is upheld. I don't care who you are. If you're a policeman, your rights needs to be protected. If you are a civilian, if you are a trader, there is dignity in labor. There is dignity. Without that, if you go to all the things we go and see in America, London, everything, the way what Nigerians are sitting and enjoying there is not because of the weather. The weather is not comfortable. It's not because of anything. The only thing we are enjoying there that makes them differ is the protection of a fundamental right. Majority, we are not raised with the knowledge of human rights. And if at the end of the day I cite an instance and tell you that I quickly, I could remember when Babasu was first apprehended. I mean bold to say it. For 3 days, he was not allowed access to his lawyer or anybody, even his family. And that gave rise to the continuous bashing to the image and to the person of that veteran. And it got to a stage, and all actors were called names, and we are asked to condemn it. It is normal to condemn serious crime, crimes of all races, all forms. It is normal to condemn it as a public figure. But if we are going to be condemning, we condemn when it is definitive. When the person has been accorded the full right of the law to defend and to be heard. When we live in a society, our social media will condemn anybody because he is already been said to be arrested. We are already a bad omen. It's a tragedy. That is why somebody will tell you, my children, they went to school, they asked them, they were cultists, he was shot. Because when they were accusing, when you were jumping, when they were concluding on a case that is not even concluded, you were joining them. When it got to your son, you said, Ayeni. You said, Nigeria is a bad country. Oh, that's how it's a chain reaction. It's a kinetic energy. Put religion aside. The biggest religion is humanity. And part of our humanity is to understand that anybody can commit crime, anybody can actually be suspected. Several musicians were suspected. We had one latest that is entertaining us. We are all enjoying it. If we all abashed him because of the overwhelming evidence they said they had, we wouldn't have the lyrics we are enjoying today. Even if we'll be found guilty later, it is a patient society that can see the true picture. A hurried society can never proceed well. We will continue to have bad leaders. We will continue to have a bad society. We will continue to have everything not working, irrespective of the abundance. Tell me, any 60-year-old, none of our parents are enjoying anything. Tell me if your mother is benefiting from the government or any policy in this country. It's because it's a shame. We cannot continue to live a life whereby you will put your thinking in autopilot. You will crash. You must be guiding your thinking, all trances. It's no big deal. So when somebody did that to me and you did not wait, and at the end of the day, you spoke on WhatsApp, you called me, I messaged, I said, I saw your missed call. He said, blah, blah. You wrote all what you want to write, and I said, young Iyabo, the onus is on you. Even if you have seen the footages, you need to at least give your colleagues the privilege that they might not have seen it. You cannot confirm if we have seen it and we are trying to hide it. We are not the one investigating. And for anybody to now start twisting that I am demanding that the video, you went online to say, I am demanding the video. Social media is sensitive. There was no time I said, if the video had been released and I did not talk, it is a simple coinage of language. I must not speak in volume before everybody understands. Fine, I write in long. That is my nature. I can't change it. If you ask me to write about myself, I write in long. In long, I would never write lies. And I will never write blackmail. I will never write blasphemy against anybody. Even if you kill my mother. The worst, the person that I hate most in this world, which I don't really have anybody I hate, I only have people I avoid. If you are accused of any crime, trust me, on my honor, I will not judge you until I can balance the story. I don't use my brain that way. I have a very decent background. And if people are beginning to grow with that kind of a background whereby they don't want to they don't want to wait, they want to judge, they will judge you too because you are prone to suspicion anytime. You are prone to be a suspect. And we will continue to live in that kind of society. We will keep inheriting that to the next generation. And then Nigeria will continue to be the way it is. And then people will be weary like, why are we not moving forward? Do you think it's by prayer? It's by our conduct to ourselves. Our conduct to ourselves will free this country. It is our attitude. That is why Dr. Martin Lukani said, by the color of, not by the color of his skin, but by the conduct and the content of your character. If your character stinks by judging before concluding, before hearing both sides, you are a tragedy. I am not speaking like an actor. I'm speaking like an individual that has conscience, common sense, and believe in the rule of law. You don't jump the gun. There must be an opportunity, benefit of the doubt for the justice system. These police officers are working in a very tense mood. That is why we are still begging, we are campaigning, we did NSAS. Stop using torture as a major means of investigation. We want them to be more acute. Their incentives improved so that when they are investigating, everybody will trust the justice system. That is my background. That is where I stay. If somebody now use entire celebrity, none of them gave me name. I leave them to their conscience. And you know the true story before you attack me and you have a name, then I will wait. I'm not God. I will not even curse anybody. I will leave it to your conscience and what you think you want to be tomorrow, except you have concluded what you want to be. Majority of the artists that have got problem, without seeing them, I would never judge them behind, except I have done that. So why would a colleague that is a phone call away or a chat away would not say, I don't understand this. Stick to your opinion. You cannot bully me into accepting an opinion that will touch on my integrity, on my conscience, and on who I want the nation to be tomorrow. I am not talking about the dirty status we have now. Any little thing on social media, you're bashed, they conclude immediately. We cannot go anywhere with that. No single way. Both the former president and the current president of America, they were accused of rape, sexual harassment. People still went and voted for them because they allowed them, they accorded them the chance to defend themselves. That is the kind of society I want. Whoever is alleged have a right to be heard. Whoever is the victim have a right to be heard and protected. That is the kind of society that can progress. I won't say because I want to satisfy fans and then have problem with my conscience and who I should be. That is the bone of contention. I have no problem with anybody. I can never be a rape apologist. It will never be me. Not on my honor. And whoever is attributing that to me, I dash you. If you can do anything with that, if it can take you anywhere, it is your cup of tea. Take it and enjoy it. That is who you are. And I cannot start, I can only ask you to shut up. I can't change your opinion. That is who you are. But I must advise you. They put it in your head just to bring me down, because if this person has seen the footage, the onus is on her to express herself according to what she has seen, not to criminalize or to bring dirty opinion to my own stance as an adult and a member of the voting public. And that is why, whether you are abroad, you are in Nigeria, if we are not coming back to start restructuring our mental thinking, the way we think, the way we conclude, we will just be hurting who we should. The man, if he is guilty, I stand by the law. I stand on my feet. He should face the judgment. He should face the wrath. There is no power I have on that. And I have not in any way obstructed justice or said the lady is lying. I empathize with the mother of the victim. Then I didn't even know who the mother was. I empathized. And I was so particular about the young lady. I am feeling her pain. I don't have the energy. I can't stand a woman saying no. If you say no, what would you mean to Wale? I can't. There are a few things, if you put course, go do the abolition, it can never catch me. I can't steal money. I can't pick money on the ground. And I can't force a woman to sex. I can never. And that is who I am. This is why I choose to hold my own style in the movie industry. Accept me for who I am. Don't compare me with anybody. No basis for comparison. Anybody can pretend. Social media is a pretend world. But I know the talent I have. I know what I am doing. I have been producing for the past 17 years. My fans, everybody I've seen, people that don't like me, they've not ever condemned any movie with me. Look at what I've been doing. I stand by every colleague because I know what the industry entails. Check well when anyone has problem. Before you will see 3 artists, it will be very difficult. That is when you will know the true picture of how the industry is. These are part of the things that I'm begging, appealing, that if they can adjust it, because we preach peace, we preach unity. But when you are marrying, when they have nothing to lose, they will troop out. But when they see that there is any little controversy, they are not sure. That is when they will know, nobody should spoil my name. If you are honest and forthright, nobody will ruin your name. Like this one they are doing to my name. It's not Ibanije, exercising game. And film, drama. My conscience is my policeman. And woe unto you if you judge anybody without balancing your story or speaking from both sides. Find the truth. Even if you are not speaking out, observe and ensure you balance the truth. Social media will never say it is a liberty for you to act that way. It will be recorded down for you. That is why some people will continue to have problems. Even when they arise, I don't want, if I have a dick, it's because I overwork myself. Not because of any negativity. So that was what happened. I'm not going to be supporting it. Not because there was nothing to say I did that. It was twisted so that it will go into your head. Because if it is a long writing, if you want to get any Nigerian, put it in writing. You will sell that Nigerian. We need a reading culture. People should understand. I have the tenacity. I have the ability to write because I don't like coming back and explain myself again. I would rather explain. Use paragraphs. I will explain myself. If you don't understand after then, I can't help you. But don't condemn me for what I have not done from your assumption. It is even wrong for us. At the end of the day, look at what we have done with the whole case. Yoruba movie industry. Musicians are accused of fraud. EFCC picked them. They took them to court. No single artist come out and start bashing. It's absurd. The next thing you hear is, hey, it's minor, rape is... All these things are social vices. They are cankerworm to the society. All crimes, particularly all these ones, they are huge crimes. If you are becoming hypocritical, you start separating this one. Who likes to be raped? Even the rapists themselves, they don't love to be raped. That is to tell you there is that sentiment. So where will I do that?
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel Goldmine TV and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.